Hey there, how are you doing? Rodrigo here for Textualize, and in this short video I want to show you how you can add CSS to your textual apps. So in front of me I have a very simple app with two labels, a button that does nothing and an input field that does nothing, and I just want to show you how you can add some CSS to style the app. So all widgets have a default style. For example, you can see that when the input is focused, we see this blue border right here, or if I focus the button, the background of the text changes. So all of these things can be styled. You can change the width of everything, the height, the padding, the sizes, not the orientation, but the alignment, everything. So how do we do this? Well, one thing you can do, which is useful for very short scripts when you're just hacking something, but that you shouldn't do in larger apps, is just assigned to the CSS class variable. And maybe I shouldn't even show you this, but well, I just started explaining, so I'll go through with it. So you just type CSS, that's a class variable, and in here you just type regular CSS. Well, not regular in the sense of like browser CSS, but the regular textual CSS. You can type it here. So for example, we can say that all buttons are going to have a width of, I don't know, 32. So if you run your app, you can see that the button is much wider, right? Or you can also say, for example, labels, their background is going to be red. And there you go. But like I said, this is just if you're in a hurry and you really need to try something out really quickly, you use this. Otherwise, what you're going to do is use the CSS path class variable. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the CSS because I want it. And now instead of CSS, you say CSS path. And this can be a string with a path to a CSS file. Now this path here, myapp.css, is relative to the app path. So if my app is here, I'm going to go ahead and create the myapp.css file. I'm going to paste the CSS. And I'm going to run my app. And that should do it. So as you can see, we have the style from before. Now, one really useful thing about having the style in a file, as opposed to in the CSS class variable, is that you can do this. So I'm going to quit my app, and I'm going to run it again, but this time I'm going to type textual run --dev myapp.py. And now, this, by the way, this --dev, this only worked because my DevTools are installed. Alright, so I have the textual DevTools, and if you don't, there's a link below with there's a link below to a video where I show you how to install the DevTools. And the really cool thing here is that you can edit the CSS, and if you save it, it updates live. If it's malformed, for example, this isn't valid, I'm going to save it. You probably didn't hear it, but there's a bell sign there, so it just complains, and when you fix it and you save, it just updates. Alright, so that's why this is one of the main reasons why you should have your CSS in a separate file. Now, the other thing I want to show you is that you can use types here. So these are classes, and this means that the rules in here will apply to all of the objects that are buttons or all of the objects that are labels. But you can also do CSS classes. So I'm going to go ahead and say, well, the classes of the label are going to be, let's say, sure, italics, because I'm, for the lack of a better word, I wanted emphasis, not to match the exact thing I want to do. So let's call this emphasis, to add some emphasis to the text. And we want both the label and the button, this label, the very first one, and this button to have text that's emphasized with italics. I'm going to save the app. I'm going to go ahead and say here, well, dot emphasis, and this is a CSS class. So all of the widgets that have this class will have a text style set to italics. If I run my app, I get an error because I'm silly. It's not italics, it's italic. So I'm going to delete the extra S. I'm going to rerun my app, and now we can see that the first label and the button have the text in italic. I have no idea why I keep saying italics. But yes, so this label and this button have the text in italic. So this lets you add a couple of styles to different widgets by adding these classes here. And another thing you can do is, if a widget has a specific ID, for example, by label, this is a specific ID. You can also target the ID specifically. So you can go over here and say hash ID label, and this label is going to be, let's say, background red. So now if I run my app, I see that the background is not red, again, because I'm very silly. It's not ID label, it's by label. And now I saved it because I was running with --dev, it has been updated. Now I also want to take this opportunity to show you that this rule right here, the rule in line 5, applies to all labels. And the rule in line 13 also applies to a label, right? So why did this rule win? It's not because it's further down the file. So if I delete it from here, I can paste it here. I can save, the CSS has been updated and it's still red. It's just because the ID target, this here, is more specific than this thing. This is general for all labels. This is very specific for a label. So Textual knows that this rule takes precedence over this one. All right? So in this video, you've seen how to use the CSS class variable, but don't use it. You've seen how to use the CSS path variable to put CSS inside your files, and how to use the --dev switch to see your CSS be reloaded live. This was a lot. Just take your time to play with this and check the documentation to see all of the styles that you can actually use in CSS. If you have any questions, just drop a comment below or join our Discord server to chat with us, and I'll see you soon. Bye.